We're going to fire this thing up for the last time on a carburetor and just see what it sounds like, kind of get a before and after. I like to do that anytime I'm doing something major, so I'm going to do a Holley sniper install. In all honesty, that wasn't too horrible of a cold-ish start, but it's you hit the pedal and it stumbles, all that good stuff. So we'll see. I'm sure the sniper's going to be a whole lot better. They always are. All right, now do a quick unbox of this sniper. Here's the coup de grace of it. And I tell you, it's kind of crazy when you get these out. They only weigh not even as much as a carburetor. I mean, they're pretty nice. You can see nice throttle blade set up. Just a square bore. The ECU is all built in. It's nice. But yeah, there's that. So that's what you'll get to stare at when you pop the hood. The ECU is built into it. And in here, we've got the main harness. That's got the fuel pump relay, the fuse, power and ground that goes straight to the battery. I think that's the fuel pump, the blue one. Then we have a few other things that we're going to work with. This one I may hook up and control the timing, not sure yet. And then in this box we have an accessories harness, which we probably won't use. We have an ignition amplifier, which we probably won't use. It's a coil driver. Coolant temp sensor, oxygen sensor. It's a wideband unit. And we got 2 clamps and the gasket for the O2 sensor, and then a O2 sensor flange. It makes it nice, you don't have to weld. And then here is our touchscreen. This little guy is what you control it with, what you tune with, and control. This will mount on the dash, and it kind of, that holder mounts on the dash. Then this guy just drops down in there, and then you can take it out, you know, and hold it in your hand if you need to. But yeah, makes it kind of nice. It's got a stylus, so you can tap it if you got big fat fingers like mine, and some self-adhesive to mount it on the dash. So that's the basic kit. That's all you need there, minus a fuel pump, fuel lines. So those 2 things. Also, it does not come with a carb stud, so if anyone from Holley looks at this, I don't understand that. I guess they're thinking that you'll just use the old one. And then in this box or bag, you've got the instructions, which this is one I would say, yes, you're going to need it. You've got the carb mounting gasket and also a air cleaner gasket goes around there. And a sticker, which that's cool. And then this QR, you will follow that, and that will activate your warranty. First thing I'm going to do is install this fuel pump. This is a Walbro, and I think it's a 255 liter per hour. Way more than this needs, but it should be fine. It was inexpensive. It fit exactly what I wanted it to. I got this universal clamp from the Jungle site, but had to put a little bit of rubber on it to take up the space. I'm going to go a 3/8 inch regular low pressure fuel line out, you know, to the inside, and the factory mechanical pump down here. Let's see if we can get in here. Where is it? There it is. That is going to feed it. And then let's go underneath here. Right here on the frame and this front horn, that's where I'm going to mount the fuel pump. So that fuel line right there is just going to drop over to here and feed that pump. So it's going to mount like so. I'm just going to drill a couple of holes into the frame, and that's going to be it. There it is, all mounted up. All I got to do is run the fuel line. I am going to replace that Firemaker non-good fuel filter right there with just a clear plastic one. So I'll get that out of there here in a minute. But there it is, run the fuel line and we're good. Trying to see if I can drop those washers down in the intake manifold, because that would be good. There we go. Gasket. And make sure nothing's underneath. Come on. Is. So I'll tell you a couple things I moved around. When you get it, the fuel inlet is back in the back, right back here. I moved it up here to the front, and then also I added this 3/8 inch vacuum port because I need to run the power brakes. It's got one in the back for the PVC, but the others are up here, so yep, that's it. Okay, it's on, start it. I wish. Well, we got our dirty wiring mess going on here. It always looks like a mess when you're in the works. Got our infamous relay box. Got our harness built. Got all the harness laid out for off of the sniper. We're about to get moving. We're about to finish up the wiring here. We're just about done. I got to get a tack signal into the sniper, so that'll come off of here. And this is an older MSD unit, so it doesn't have another 2-wire plug like this. So what I'm going to do is just come off of the tack wire. Here we go, got the lines pinched off, cut, rig clamped in, and boom. We should be able to plug that bad boy in right there. Perfect. So we've just about got the fuel system done. We'll start up here. So we've got braided hose coming from there, runs down, up over here. We've got a post pump fuel filter. Then we come down here. Let's turn the light on. Post fuel filter, fuel line, fuel pump. So the last thing I have to do is run a power wire that powers my fuse panel here, so that'll go straight to the battery. That's it for wiring at that point. That's something I cut off. But yeah, we're all cleaned up. We've got everything I did in nice loom running all the way over to here. So the only thing we have to do is right there, we've got to run the RPM signal. And then return line, got it running right here, running back on top of the transmission. Runs down here on the frame rail, up and into here. And I'm starting to drill here, but I've got a piece of real sticky tape inside of there. That should catch all the metal shavings as we cut through that. And I'm using a Unibit. Those tend to make a little bit less shaving, so let's get going. There we go. It did exactly what I wanted it to. Caught all them shavings. Hole is drilled. Got it tapped to 1/4 inch MPT. That's pipe thread. Got a little JB on there. And that JB is just in case. It would work with like some pipe thread tape or something like that that's designed for flammable liquid. Got my metrical crescent wrench here, and we're just going to snug her up. Then we'll finish building that return line, put the sending unit back in, and we're all sealed up. Now fuel system will be done. Let's see. Got my grommet installed, got my fuel line cut. Just got to poke it up through here, and then we will put on the fitting. And I'm going to run a 45 off of this. Got to get it up and out of the way. And then just zip tie it. I'll put the 45 on here, zip tie it onto that feed line. Then we'll be in good shape. So this old beast had one of these on it. And that's the infamous fuel filter that filters out rocks and stuff. But that's about it, because it's just a mesh plastic, and it's got these O-rings down here. You can kind of see them around that glass bowl, and they're famous for leaking. And then when they leak, they usually got a few pounds of pressure. This one was on the suction side, but they'll leak and spray fuel everywhere, and fuel likes to catch on fire when it gets hot. So we're gonna do this guy a favor. Okay, everything except for the oxygen sensor is hooked up, and I just want to test everything, and the oxygen sensor will make no difference until it hits over 160 degrees. So I'm going to give this a shot, and we'll see if we can get it fired up. So let's go through the wizard here. First off, see if she turns on. It flickered. Oh, something turned on. Let me get my glasses. Gotta have your glasses. Okay. We go to the wizard. Okay, it is on the correct one. 550516 is my part number. So 550, 510, 511, 516. Next. Number of cylinders. 8. Nope, not 6. And my fat fingers. 8. Next. Engine displacement. We're going to go with 360 cubic inches, because I don't know exactly what... Whoa. I think that's what's in it, is a 360. I'm not sure. So let's... Okay. Idle speed, we're going to go to... I'm going to go, since it's a stick, we'll do 500. Actually, I'm going to do 550. Now, cam type. A stock type cam, I would imagine. Power adder, none. Uploading. Fuel pump is running. Ignition switch. Okay. Okay. Here she is, first start. Fuel pump's a little noisy, but that's okay. So here's the magic of the sniper. Ready? I don't even have the O2 sensor plugged in at all. And see, if you look at it, air fuel unplugged, and that's how quick it starts. Pretty amazing. Gotta love it. You think that was a little blowed out? Ain't nothing left of it. I couldn't find any. The bolts were loose. One of them was stripped out. Got it all fixed. But yeah, it was leaking pretty good from that port and that port. I mean, there's nothing left of the gasket there. It's cutting through it there. Yep. Yeah, it ought to not ticky-tick as much. So let's go over here and see what we got. I don't want to say my work's shoddy, but that's as far as that thing made. Eating me a peach growing off my tree here. But anyway, let's go through what happened. This bad boy right there, an old 1G alternator, gave up the ghost. Not totally uncommon. So we're going to pull it off, and we'll go through what it takes to upgrade to a 3G alternator. Okay, old 55 amp, new 130 amp. From my reading, some people may need to clock the back of this different. If you have to do that, loosen the 3 perimeter bolts, turn it. Should be about it. Not a big deal. If you're having trouble with that, you probably shouldn't tackle this. So the pulley will swap. We'll get this old pulley, put it on there. And then also other wiring. Don't use your factory charge wire. I mean, it's like a little tiny 12 gauge wire. Then what I'm running is dual fusible links, dual 12 gauge fusible links to a 4 gauge wire. And then the stuff running the Holley Sniper, I'm actually going to put this right on the back of the alternator as well, so we should be in good shape. And then that's a hot for the fans, all the load-bearing accessories, fuel pump, not fuel pump. Yeah, not the fuel pump, but the fans, the air conditioning, all that stuff, like I like to wire into that fuse box like I like to get from Amazon. On a charge wire like this, bigger is better. You got less resistance, all that good stuff, less heat buildup. And bigger is always better, right? So that's why when you buy a cam, go bigger. Yep. Just kidding. Don't do that. You'll hate yourself. I'm gonna get this knocked out, and we'll go from there.